People and magic makers, Destiny here on this magical Monday. And I wanted to chat with you about your perspective in feeling worthy, saying no, and feeling like you're not good enough. I've developed a tool. It's not mine. Like, I learned it and I've just kind of used it over time to kind of tweak it to make it work the way I need it to. However, it works very, very well in supporting you in saying no, not lying about it, and also like making sure that you schedule space for yourself so that you can honor yourself. So I figured let's just jump right in. I've seen a number of business owners, I can't even tell you how many in the past week, where they fill their calendar with all kinds of stuff, right? They schedule their week, which is great. That's amazing. But they like put all of their appointments back to back to back. Like they don't even have time to use the restroom, let alone get from point A to point B if they're meeting in person, let alone eat lunch or, dinner or whatever that looks like. And then they come to me and they're super overwhelmed, they're super confused, and they're just like, I just don't have any time in my day. Yeah, because you didn't block any off for yourself, right? Or the other flip side to it, and this shows the not good enough and their perspective on their worthiness, is they have an appointment in there for themselves. So maybe like a gym appointment or a massage or something like that. And then they get a call and they try to move that appointment, or they're like, oh well, if I do this call and I'll put it here where I had my appointment scheduled, then I can just move my appointment time. And then they just never do it. They don't go to the gym, they don't get the massage, they don't, there's all these things that don't happen because they substituted their appointments, right? So a trick that I was telling a couple of my friends about that they really liked, and I thought, hey, I'll share this with you guys too, is in your calendar, first of all, put all of the times, and this can adjust, right, based on your schedule, that you're gonna eat lunch or you just need a 15-minute break. Like maybe you know yourself well enough that after working for 2 hours, you know you need a 15-minute break to do whatever, right? If it's the restroom, cool. If it's reading a book, cool. If it's vegging out on social media for just those 15 minutes, cool. Make sure you put your timer on so you don't extend that. But whatever that is, put that in your calendar in a different color from all of your other appointments. Okay? This will help you realize, like, nope, that is something that, like, I have to keep in there. Now, for those of you that are a little hard headed, that are like myself, you can also add additional words to your calendar, right? So for me, I have go and eat lunch right now, don't wait, quit putting it off, get your butt up, right? Like that's the title of my appointment, because I'm like, I know I would be like, no, I'm not hungry, or there's something that'll come up, and when I see that and I read it, I'm like, oh no, I got to get up right now and I got to go. So make sure that you put whatever is in there that supports you to actually get up and do it. Okay. The next thing is, if you have ever like had someone call you and ask, hey, can you do something or can you do this? I would highly, highly recommend looking in your calendar and first determining if you can do this thing, right? Like, and when I mean can, like, do you have the time to do it? Do you have the time to drive there and get to wherever you need to go to do it, right? All of those things, like, take the logistics of this request into consideration. But then, two, do you want to do it? Right? Because, like, we could do whatever, but do we want to? And are we the best person for that role? Maybe, maybe not. So, if we are not, my trick is I put a little block in the calendar that says appointment, right? And all it says is appointment, and then I tell the other person, sorry, I can't do it, I have an appointment. Now, I've had people say, isn't that lying though? I'm like, no, because I have that appointment in there. I can utilize it for whatever I want to. So the other thing that I do is in the notes of that appointment, I go ahead and I put what I can do in that time. Right? So I'm not gonna say no, I can't do the appointment and then not do anything. I'm gonna utilize that time, and it usually has something to do with whatever came before on my schedule, right? So if I was working on, let's say for example, content creation, then I had like a block of time and I decided, hey, I didn't want to do this thing, I'm gonna put appointment in there. I'm gonna like put in the notes, wrap up content creation, schedule content, whatever that next step is in the day, I'm going to put it in that appointment. So it's not wasted time and it's not a wasted appointment, right? Like it's an appointment I am making with myself, with my business, so that I'm like, nope, this is what I'm going to do. And that's what your schedule can turn into. It's an agreement between you, your business, your family, your health, right? Like you can put doctor's appointments in there, your self care. And so utilize it as such. And don't be afraid to tell someone that you have an appointment. Just designate what the appointment is going to be used for and use it that way. That way, it's not a lie, right? And here's why that perspective and that shift in utilizing this appointment trick supports you in your worthiness. So a lot of times, with your feeling like you're not worthy, there tends to be little lies and little embellishments that happen, and it's not necessarily conscious. It's not like you're saying you're doing it. Like it just kind of comes out. But then your subconscious is like, oh, you just lied to yourself, right? And it's easier to lie to yourself than it is to somebody else. So, well, for most people. So when that starts to occur and you like tell these little white lies or these little embellishments or these little things, it tells your subconscious mind that you're lying to yourself. So then that means you can't trust yourself. And so then why would you be worthy? And it's a vicious cycle. If you, I could draw like a little Venn diagram of how that works. But if you start cutting it off at the pass and being honest about like, hey, no, I have an appointment and the appointment is in your calendar and it's scheduled to do something to move you forward, right? That's better than just putting a block of time and being like, I can't make it. That's not how that's going to work. But the trick is that whatever you put on that appointment, you got to do that. Okay? So don't put something on there that you're not going to do, because then you're going to lie to yourself and then you're going to feed into that whole hullabaloo of unworthiness. So just cut it off at the pass, pop that appointment in there. That way you're able to say no to other people. You don't have to worry about people pleasing because you have an appointment. Designate what that appointment is going to be used for and then use it that way. Okay? Because if you don't, then you're opening yourself up for more of the unworthiness and people pleasing bullshit. And that's just, we don't need any more of that, right? The world's got enough of that. Let's start kicking some of this stuff out. So that being said, tell me what you think about this. Like, I want to hear from you. Have you used this trick? Is this something that you think you could utilize to support you in your schedule, saying no and being like, no, I don't want to. And that's okay if you don't want to. And FYI, you can 100% say, I don't want to. And no is also a complete sentence. So you can say that as well. And if that's just not your jive, not your thing, cool, use this trick. All right, so until next week, peace.